There is a huge disconnect between this organization and its fans. And this organization needs to understand that fans are not employees, and employees are bound to do what you tell them. Right? They are bound to go, well, that's the company vision. And even though I don't agree with it, I am paid to execute the company vision. As a fan, you're paying them. You're the one paying for access to the arena. You're the one paying for the access to wear blue and white and have your favorite player's name on the back. You're the one who's paying the Sportsnet subscription, which is outrageous and is going up big time over the next couple of years to watch all the games. You're telling me they're going to talk to me like I'm an employee? How about we just level with each other? These are some of the most educated hockey fans on earth. If you think you can corporate bullshit your way through this, you're out of your fucking mind.
And they're not happy. These fans are not happy because they have no reason to be. Why should I be happy as a Leafs fan right now?
Yeah. Now, we got trade deadline a week from now. And I will tell you this. If they go out, and Jesse's got faith, and I love Jesse for that, because I feel my gut, and then I hear Jesse's gut, and I'm like, all right, I'll trust Jesse's gut.
Oh, for me, if they don't make...
If they don't.
Go ahead.
If they do, then I will applaud them.
Sure.
And that's the thing with the internet. So funny. It's like, well, you said this a week ago. Well, I was presented with new information. If I am presented with information
July
that there is a direction for this team, that there's a reason to hope here, because I'm looking at it right now and I'm trying to find what brand you are, what you stand for, your style of play, the talent coming up. I don't see any of it. I don't see any of it outside of the big stars. And if you tell me if I see in a week's time, they're selling with the intention of not only adding a longer term piece eventually that's going to be a major part of their top 6 or their top 4 on D. If I see that, I will listen. But right now, the only thing that we have is the evidence before our eyes, which is they haven't made a trade since
July 16th.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about the last couple of games. We were sold a raw bill of goods with Morgan Rielly. There's no question about it. The stories about, well, he worked out and he's in great shape and whatever. Guys, I like Morgan Rielly as a human being more than I think I've liked any Toronto Maple Leaf. This is a good, solid person.
He's awesome.
Who is quite skilled as well.
He's a great dude.
This system, whatever's happening, what do you mean he's out there on the penalty kill, Craig? What are you doing?
I mean,
I had some hope in practice the other day. They came out Wednesday with the Lions right after we finished recording, and they had him on the third pair with Benoit. I'm like, that makes sense.
Did they play a shift?
No,
together?
No, they went right back to the same shit that they do.
Boy,
and I'm trying to figure out. And you talk about Berube. We've talked about management. Jesse, Steve, what justification is Craig Berube giving you to keep this job beyond this season? Beyond the fact that, well, he's owed a lot of money, so
there isn't any. He shouldn't be the coach a moment longer. Like, I don't know how you can watch those two games and not at least entertain the idea of maybe they should fire him now. You know what I mean? This is not typically the time of year you fire a coach. Maybe you fire him now. And I tell you what, if you're trying to make the playoffs, which they're surely they're not, but maybe they are, maybe you fire him now. Guys, it's the most joyless, shitty hockey.
Oh,
they can't play it.
It's a
they
horrific
can't or
product.
won't.
It's a horrific product. It's a horrific product. If you're going to lose, be at least exciting.
I keep going back to the 2016-17 Leafs, which I think is a team that most people in this fan base would call the best, the most fun they've had with a team over the last 10 years. You know how many games, how many leads they blew in the third period, how many stupid goals they gave up,
how thin they were on defense,
how thin they were, how many dumb little mistakes, how fun. They were fun. This team, it's almost every game this season. Other team kicks their ass. Score effects take over. It looks like they were in it. And the result is close. Yeah. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes they don't. Obviously, there were 2 empty netters last night. You could argue, okay, take those out. It's 3-1. You had the goalie pulled. They're always in like goalie pull territory, right? They're not close. I'm here to tell you they're not close. The shots were 16-6 after the first period. The shots after it was 3-0 were 16-3. You were not even kind of sort of a little bit in it. And like, you know, I love listening to different perspectives. And, you know, sometimes Jeff O'Neill just states the obvious as a player. After getting killed by Tampa, ew. I added the ew, not Jeff, but ew. After that, the social contract or whatever it is no, you're not going to win every game. Sometimes you are going to get your ass kicked, but the night or the next game after you get your ass kicked, you at least come out of the gate hot. Ew. Joyless. The urgency. How many, like Jesse, you've been at nearly all the home games this season, right? Mm-hmm. How many times has there been a conversation that included something to do with, you know, how do you explain the lack of urgency? The lack of urgency?
It's nearly every game.
Ew!
Yeah. Whenever they lose, it's because they don't show up for the first 20 minutes of the game and all of a sudden they're down and they're fighting it. And then the last 40 minutes looks all right. But that's not how you play hockey at all. If you're trying to win the game, you have to play the entire game.
It's almost March. And I don't have deep analysis left. I only have ew. You very clearly either don't care or can't do it. And they always go, well, of course we friggin' care. Well, then you can't do it.
Yeah. And I think you've landed on the right thing. It's that it's a can't do issue.
Yes.
It's they're not capable of doing that and competing with these teams, especially a team like Tampa, who is just so good this season. And like Vasilevsky's playing at the top of his game. And you see Toronto go up against them, and it should be it should have been 4 goals allowed in the first period. If they don't have
they're too called back.
The best video crew in the world.
So the video crew has as many goals over the last 2 games as the Leafs.
Yeah.
They have 3 goals disallowed. The Leafs have scored 3 goals, 2 by John Tavares, and they have allowed 10, which is actually 7, or 7, which is actually 10.
And it's 1 5-on-5 goal from the Leafs. Were 2 of those on the power play?
Tavares had a power play goal for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not all 3.
And like, what was the score when they scored that power play goal?
Right.
Like,
so, and then one's the empty net. Oh, so it's not. So even if you count 5-on-5 goals,
right,
it's 1.
Like there were. I don't think did they make it 2-1 against Tampa, or no? It was 3-0, and then they made it 3-1. I think.
They got 2 goals. Remember the weird one that they shot on Vasi that went through?
Yeah, the Matt Nyes one.
No, they did. Maybe that was the 5-on-5 one. Or no, I don't know.
No, because the goalie came out there. Anyways,
both
irrelevant.
games. Honestly, they were getting killed.
Doesn't matter.
Who cares?
They were getting killed.
Yeah, the thing is, they don't start on time. They don't have answers for it. It's like every single time in those scrums, they're asked about it. It's like, okay, where do you get that urgency from? Why couldn't you guys get ready in that first period? What happened there? And Berube doesn't have answers because he's watching his guys. He's not telling them don't show up for the first period.
Right.
He's
all right. We're gonna get out there and we're gonna drag ass for 20 minutes.
Right. And then you go. Or before that, you ask Austin about it, and he's like, well, we have to come out with a lot more effort there. We have to do better in the first 20, all that. They know what they have to do.
Yeah.
We need to accept the roster isn't capable of winning these games and doing what they are required to do. They don't have the talent to do it. And that's it. It's not an effort. Everybody who's in the NHL is trying to win games and play hockey at their best ability.
I like watching Nick Robertson play because I'm like, he's trying.
He's trying.
I don't know how much of it's any good, but he's trying.
For him, it's a skill deficiency.
Well, maybe, but like, I don't listen. But that's the name of the game. If you don't have it, you better bust your ass.
You wish everybody on that roster had as much effort as Nick Robertson.
Yes!
That's what you're asking for.
They'd be in a playoff spot.
Oh yeah, but you wish they had his effort with better hockey sense.
Yes.
Sometimes you run around too much with all that effort. But if you can combine all that into a perfect hockey player, it'd be great. But they don't have that.
No.
And it's about time we all accept that.
I also, by the way, think Nick Robertson would be some pretty good value on that trade deadline.
Why not? I don't know.
I mean, they're going to need bodies to play for them next year, and they're going to need younger guys, and maybe you keep him. But the way he plays and stuff, I'm like, God, it's lost in the shit that this season has had. He's taken a step forward this year.
I'd like to see him with another coach.
Me too.
I don't want to give up on
I'd like to see him with a coach like a Dan Muse type.
And I'm not even saying like Berube doesn't treat him well. I mean, Berube has given him far more opportunity than Keefe ever did.
Yeah.
He is a better player. He's a guy with this trade deadline. I'm just not sure. I do like watching him play, but dude, they don't have it.
No,
the collective they don't have it. They're awful to watch. They're a horrible product.
Well, so this is the other thing.
Horrible.
It's so funny.
Oh, can I just clarify
please,
the
go.
goals thing?
Okay.
Yesterday was a power play goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tavares was a power play goal.
Okay.
And the Matt Nyes goal came with the goalie pulled. They have yet to score a 5-on-5 goal.
Right.
Since coming back from the break.
And take a look at those. The two Tampa, neither
Not
Tampa
one.
goal.
They don't have a 5-on-5 goal.
Jesus.
Neither Tampa goal is repeatable.
No.
The Nyes goal, you're going to catch Vasilevsky off guard like that once a month.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What's a season?
And Tavares' goal, you know why that's not repeatable? Tampa hit the post with a 3-on-1 on an empty net. How many more times do you think that's going to happen?
I don't think it's going to happen.
The funny answer is yesterday. But they still got scored on.
Yeah.
Dude, it's bleak. It's so bleak.
Well,
dude.
and the thing is that it's not irredeemable, though, as much as it feels that way. Why it feels that way is because we have no control over the process. And we have no faith in those controlling the process. That's why it feels like, oh, well, what the hell are they going to do? And, our friend of the show, Sid Sixero, mentioned yesterday that with the new TV deal, he finds it hard to believe that this team is really going to go through and properly dig deep because Rogers owns the network and the team. Finds it hard to believe that they would go through and actually dig deep and retool this or rebuild it properly, whatever you want to call it. And I don't disagree with that necessarily.
But I don't think they need a rebuild.
And I don't think they do either.
Yeah.
But I do think I think we need a repositioning on who these players are now. Because if we're gonna talk about a retool, what are we getting from the guys who are at the top that would be somewhat untouchable? Matthews, I think, is the closest thing to you're not trading him. But Nylander, Jesse said, I would if there was like a major piece like an Adam Fox. That clip, by the way, is nuts. We'll play that in a bit. You haven't seen that, I'm assuming.
No. Sometimes I see a clip and I know Adam telepathically is like, don't.
I don't think it's fair to assume that Austin Matthews is 70-goal guy anymore. I think it's fair to assume he might be 40-goal guy. I think if you get him the right playmaker, he might be 50-goal guy.
He's
but he
six games without a goal.
He is
the ties his longest streak.
Still elite defensively.
As longest streak of the season, I believe.
Oh,
I don't know what a streak ever is.
Could be ever.
That could be.
Wait, if it is ever, both of them happened this year.
But it's fair to say that after almost 24 months, fair to say that player is gone. And until I'm presented with information otherwise, I will assume that we have a high-end elite defensive center.
It doesn't mean he's not good.
Who can probably put up 90 points and score 40 goals, which is still great.
That's an unreal player.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I think we've got to reposition that as fans. Injuries happen. He is still scoring at a higher rate than Ovechkin did at the same time in his career.
I still want to see him without this coach.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm just saying reposition for now.
Yeah.
Presented with different evidence, this can all change. Nylander, still great offensively. Still doesn't give a shit about getting back to the bench. Still causes headaches with coaches. Star players do.
Yep.
John Tavares, who is on pace for 70 points or something like that.
It's crazy.
68.
Far more than you could reasonably ask of him.
And
honestly.
I don't.
Especially at that cap hit.
Yeah.
And his
like-
age, and it's crazy.
Yeah. John's done an admirable job this year.
You could argue the team is punching above its weight because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he was
Which
red hot out of the gate this
Even
year.
worse.
Yeah, he had the dip in the winter months, but what he did in the fall was spectacular.
John's playing too much. John's playing too many minutes. John is 35. John should be your third line center in an optimal year. And that's not because John Tavares isn't great. It's because he is. And it's because he's older now. And it's because you have sat here for a decade with the same top two centers and made no changes and made no plans to develop one to take over at center. Didn't even draft a center that might have become that, other than Fraser Minton, who, by the way, is probably still not a second line center. Probably not.
Maybe not on this team, but that is, we gave Dubas his flowers last show, but like that, and it wasn't just him, but was such a glaring omission from that era of the Leafs. Not a one.
And they couldn't get a third line center that whole era.
Yeah, not a one. And like, then Minton shows up. They did that a few times. Man, we can't find a right-handed defenseman. This Jersey kid looks like he's going to work out. Gone. Man, we can't
I don't
get a
regret the Jake
center.
Muzzin trade, especially if he hadn't gotten hurt.
No, but
You also
like
don't-
they wanted that guy. They found that guy. They drafted that
Yeah.
guy. They got rid of that guy.
Yep.
Where's the patience just to sit on your asset and maybe develop them into what you need? And then maybe if you have Jersey as opposed to Muzzin, the cap works out a little better, because you have so much cap tied up to the core and things are different.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, Jersey's just a really good guy.
Steve, what would you do if you were a time traveler? I would go back to that Leafs-Penguins game from April 2017 and cut all of Connor Brown's sticks with a saw so that he never scores the go-ahead goal and they miss the playoffs, because it might have actually been the worst thing to possibly happen to the franchise. Because they just started spending assets like drunken sailors and never really. I think they took this is going to be very good for a certain chunk of the audience. They took the sourdough out of the oven before it was really ready, and it was all gummy in the middle. And you should have left it. You should have left it to get fluffy and delicious, and you didn't. It looked great on the outside. You knock on it, and it makes the wonderful sound. You open it, it's gummy bullshit.
Yep.
That's the Leafs.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. A week from now, we'll be doing our STPN trade deadline special. And that is just us pumping out videos all day. And then we'll have a live stream at the end of the day, as we always do. I am very curious about what kind of, like this trade deadline makes or breaks this group, this management group. There's no other way to look at it.
I think they should be done regardless.
Yes.
I don't care. If they manage to trade Calle Yarncroke for Connor McDavid at this trade deadline, I still think you move off of
It's a fair return.
I don't know what
I think so.
I don't know what they could do in the next 7 days to save their jobs. I think Brandon Pridham can be the interim for whenever.
I think
and maybe give him the job.
You do as good of a job as you can because that's what you're paid to do. And then, okay, bye.
Bye. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Brad. Let's
thank you.
reset.
Thank you. That's enough.
Austin Matthews, by the way, longest goalless drought was in his rookie season. He went 13 games without a goal.
Wow. And he still got 40. Good for him.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
fairly early in the season in his rookie year. But he hasn't had a streak longer in that sense. So
Now,
Wow.
Really impressive.
there's been a lot said about Austin in the last few days, and I want to call something out quickly, very specifically, and then I also want to talk about Austin's role in this,
Okay.
because first off, I'm begging the Toronto Star to have some standards. I cannot believe you published that article by that author. I cannot believe you let your newspaper be the personal blog of somebody so completely out of touch. What a ridiculous piece of non-journalist blather bullshit. I've never seen. I cannot believe that the sports editor there would have allowed that. They've made some good hires lately. Remember, before Dave Poulin was brought into the Senators organization, they hired him when he was with TSN. Kyprios has done a good job there. They are obviously intelligent enough to know, but to bring Damian Cox in to post that just absolute nonsense. What a joke. I just want to say that. I need to say that. We don't usually do that. Steve and Jesse didn't know I was going to do that. I own that. That was fucking insane. And to use a newspaper with a 100-year history like the Toronto Star has, 100 plus, as your personal Substack, go fuck yourself. Are you kidding me? Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me losing my mind?
Possibly. Potentially. Most of the time it is. Hey, listen, if you like what SDPN has to offer, you should check out more of our videos and subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe, or Steve will find you.